¿Cómo es español 4 para ti?
Es muy bueno, es mi clase favorito. Señor Fedorowski es una profesora buena. Ella hace todo con una sonrisa.
¿Dónde te ves en 10 años?
A mi juicio, en 10 años, me veo como una cientista que tiene mucho éxito y me gustaría tener mi propia casa con un salario estable y espero que en 10 años tenga un novio muy guapo.
Je veux dire.
Moi aussi. Quel jeu tu aimes?
J'aime Overwatch.
Moi aussi.
J'aime Rainbow Six and PUBG aussi.
Ah, c'est très bien jeu.
Je joue au Xbox.
Moi aussi.
Je joue à Overwatch beaucoup.
Moi aussi. Je joue Overwatch avec mes copains.
Oh, bien. Aussi, je joue à Legend of Zelda beaucoup.
C'est un bon jeu.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy cansada.
¿Cuándo la clase es tu favorito?
Español.
Mismo.
¿Qué hachas después la escuela?
Yo duermo.
También. Me gusta la cuerda.
Gracias. Hasta mañana.
¿Tienes hermanos?
Sí, tengo 2 hermanos, ¿y tú?
2 hermanos y una hermana.
Sí, practico deportes para la escuela.
Sí, juego al tenis en la escuela.
También jugo practicar el fútbol para la escuela.
Oh, fantástico.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Anna. Je suis 17 ans et j'aime jouer aux jeux vidéo avec mes copains et je suis très artistique et j'aime, je ne sais pas, dans le futur, je voudrais être un designer.
Je m'appelle Sam, j'habite à Brook, j'ai 15 ans. J'aime nager.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Ben, je suis en mon finalement année de lycée et je suis en mon quatrième semestre de français et c'est ça.
Hola a todos, yo soy Jessica Tyrone.
Y me llamo Lauren DeLoyan.
Nosotros somos juniors a Brick Memorial en Español 4 honores.
Nosotros han vivido en Nueva Jersey para todas las vidas.
En mi familia, yo tengo un menor hermana y mayor hermana.
Yo tengo una hermana mayor.
Bonjour, je suis Stephanie Gillen. Je suis dans mon 10e année de l'école. Hier, j'ai allé à la chasse de ma cousine et aussi après ça, j'ai retourné à ma maison pour finir et pratiquer mon projet pour la classe de mathématiques et biologie. Un jour, j'espère être une infirmière dans un hôpital dans France et c'est pourquoi je suis pratiqué le France. Finalement, un jour, j'espère que mes enfants et les enfants de mes enfants pourront savoir toutes les langues que je sais, comme l'anglais, l'espagnol et le français.
The reason I took French is because originally, I thought I'm definitely going to need it for college, but I didn't want to take Spanish. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to be a little risky and I'm going to take French. And then by the time I got it, or the first day that I took French, I had it with Madame Schwester. And, she spoke in French and I was like, this is kind of difficult, but I want to stick through because I thought the language was, it was really interesting to learn. And not only that, a lot of people took Spanish, so why would I just do what everyone else is doing? But, it's nice to travel and use the language that you're learning. Before I took French 1 and French 2, and I traveled to Canada, and I was able to utilize those skills in conversation at places like Tim Hortons and other food places, and I was able to order food, and just utilizing those skills is honestly the best feeling ever.
My target language, because as soon as I stepped into the classroom, when I was taking Spanish 1 as a class, I immediately fell in love with the language, and I knew that I wanted to go on to AP Spanish to gain a better understanding of the language. And I feel that it's important to speak another language because, especially when working in business, it's important to be able to communicate with your customers. And there are going to be a lot of them that don't speak English. And if you speak to them in their native language, then they'll feel more comfortable and they'll have an easier time communicating with you.
Spanish is my target language because even though I'm a native speaker, I know I need to develop my writing skills and my speaking skills. And I also learned a lot about different histories in different countries because there's a lot more than Mexico in the Spanish-speaking.
Why did you choose to study French, Sam?
I chose to study French because I am French, and it's fun to speak with my grandparents about stuff in French. And French seemed like a harder subject to learn, so it's fun to take a challenge sometimes.
So I am learning Spanish just to connect with millions of other people in the world who can also speak the language. Not everyone speaks English, and I think it's important to be able to communicate with other people when you're traveling and stuff.
Okay, so I'm taking Spanish because I really want to become fluent in a language, and I really love Spanish, and I think it'd be great for when I travel so I can communicate with others in different countries.
It's important to go on to Spanish 3 because you learn basic phrases, but then the phrases become more complex as you go on, and Ryan and I are now able to have a conversation almost completely in Spanish because as we progressed.
Why did you choose to take French, Max?
I chose to take French because I think it's a fun language to take, and also the culture seems really interesting to me. And by the way, my friends and my family members also have taken French, and they say it's a really fun language to learn, so I decided to take it, and that's why I'm taking French.
When it came time to pick my foreign language before high school, I saw that sign language happened to be an option, and I thought that was much better than learning Spanish or French again. After signing up, I knew knowing sign would be so useful now and in my future life. Knowing sign will make coming across deaf people much easier, and you'll know all the right things to sign and talk about with them. Not everyone knows or has the time to take ASL and learn it, and it's cool because there's a free class to take right in your high school.
I took French because I thought it was a beautiful language at first, and then upon getting into the classroom, things were tough, but I really stuck through it, and getting through it was a really great experience, and it was a great feeling. And I actually got to travel with Madame Schwester and some other students on the French class to Canada, and using my language skills, it was a really fun experience getting to communicate with others outside of my comfort zone, and it was a lot of fun, and I had a great time.
I would like to study Spanish and continue studying Spanish because it is very important for my future in the job market. Being bilingual is extremely important, and I think just learning about other cultures and being diverse in what you do and what you learn is extremely important, and especially for when I travel, hopefully later, it's great to talk to other people in a different language that isn't my own.
I take French because I want to travel the world and be able to use it.
So I took ASL because it seemed like a fun, interesting language to learn, and I started taking it and I ended up loving it, and now I want to become an interpreter for sign language. And it's really important to know sign language, especially if you live in Ocean County, because there's a huge deaf population, and I believe it's important to know about the people that you are living around, and because there is such a huge deaf population, it's important to know their culture and about them and how to talk to them.
I take French because I hope to one day move to Europe.
There are many reasons why I took American Sign Language, one of them being that I just think it's a fascinating language, but the main reason I took it is because I plan on being a special education teacher, and a lot of the special education students are nonverbal, and that is a very common way for them to communicate with ASL. And me trying to become a special education teacher, I think that it's very important that I become proficient in that language. But I also think that it's important for anyone to become proficient in any language because you get to learn about different cultures, communities, and other forms of language as well.